Hi, I'm Adrienne with The Child's Light, empowering children and those who love them. I'm here today to do this video because I've just been inundated with reading and hearing from parents and reading about from teachers that when coming to me or wanting to talk to me, many and everyone really are wanting something to change. And I get that. Everybody wants their life to change. They want something to change so that they can feel better, so that they can experience something better, so that more of what they want or desire can come to them. And they want me to work with their children to change something within or about or around their children. And that is the key. I understand that. And what I'm wanting to bring to your awareness or attention today is that we cannot work with just the child without working with ourselves too. It is an inner collaboration without us even being aware of that. Because all the time when I have been working with children all these years, and when I have been working with my own daughter as well, we have been working together. It has been an interaction, a dance between both of us. So whatever I was sharing with the children that I've worked with, I was also sharing it with myself. Whenever I'm on here sharing a video or writing a post or working with a client, I am also interacting with the same process or maybe even clearing out or working through the same experience. So whenever a client or a parent or a child or a teacher is wanting to change something, even if a child wants a teacher to change or an experience to change, it is always the inner shift that also needs to happen. So I hope I'm being clear on this, because what I'm saying, there's a quote that says something like, um, you can, I don't know exactly the quote, but there's two quotes that are actually coming to me right now to share with you. There is one where you can, feed somebody who's hungry fish, right? You can bring them food, something like this, and you can bring them fish and they will eat for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, they will eat for a lifetime, something like that. And then the other quote is, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. So I want to go onto the first quote first. Like, I can bring all of these tools to people and I can kind of, do them with you, for you. But the key to what my intuitive mentoring, coaching, whatever word you want to use, even I have been also doing intuitive energy healing sessions, which are it's all a very similar process. But all of these sessions that I do with my clients and that I'm explaining to you is so that you can take this on, find your way and learn, grow, and be responsible for your own processes, your own growth, your own learning. And the reason why I'm saying this to you is because it isn't just about changing or fixing something about within or around your child. It is also about you too. So when I'm guiding, mentoring, intuitively sharing a process and asking you to follow that, it is about you following through on that and taking ownership. When I'm guiding you through beliefs and thoughts that you have created from the past that you have been supporting, it is about you taking ownership and responsibility about that. As a parent, more so than even as the child, because we bring our experiences, our beliefs, our thoughts, our energy, our everything into our child's life too. Yes, they have their own path, but we also bring in our stuff with them too. So I can bring you to the water. I can bring you to the processes. I can bring you to the experiences of growing and learning and sharing them with your child, but I cannot make you drink them. I cannot make you do them. You can, as a teacher or a parent, share stuff with your kid. You can ask your child to I really need you to do something. You can even tell your child. You can even bribe your child to do it, but you cannot make them. And the same goes for us as parents, us as teachers. We can try to make ourselves do it. Our bosses can try to make us. We can try to make our kids. But is that really beneficial? Is that really purposeful? It's not. It's going to make a small change. But if we want the grander thing, if we want the bigger shift, we want the bigger change to happen, it needs to happen from inside of us. Because our children feel that. They feel that whether they're even aware of it or not. They sense it, they know it, and many of our children know. And they are acting up and showing up in a way that we don't like it because there's something within us that needs to change, as well as guiding our children towards their path by some kind of shift within themselves or within their environment as well. Could be their teacher, could be you, could be anything. But it always begins within us and within our children. It is not just about the child, and it is not just about us, unless we're only working on ourselves and choosing to shift for ourselves. Then it's just about us. But when we do that, when we do work on ourselves, it also helps our children. So either way, it's a win-win. And I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like so many people are saying, please help my child. Please fix this for my child. And yes, I absolutely am there. And I will support you and guide you and shift the environment or the inner lack of connection or whatever the challenge is. I will definitely shift that with and for your child, but the best way to do that is for your child to take ownership of that and for you too, so that we all work together in tandem, kind of shifting and growing and learning and moving through all of the different beliefs and energy and patterns that have been creating what is going on in your life with your child and you. It's a big thing. It's a big picture. It's not something that's just a quick fix. Just turn on this app and do this mindfulness thing every single day. It's not just that. It really isn't. It isn't easy. It's simple. I shouldn't say easy. It is very simple. It's just a choice. It's just a simple, smooth transition if we choose that. And it's a shift in perspective and a way of being in our life. It's an inner commitment. It's an inner commitment with yourself and with your child. And our children do this really easily. It's us that have challenges sometimes with it. And we don't want to go there sometimes. Sometimes we don't want to see that it's about us too. But that's the truth. We're so connected to our children. I mean, it isn't just our kids. Whether our child is highly sensitive or highly intuitive or having behavioral concerns or filled with a lot of anxiety, and bottom line is it all comes down to the same bottom line. Whether they're labeled ADD, it doesn't matter. It all comes down to the same bottom line. And that bottom line is inner connection needed between ourselves as children and our parents. And it really is like this self-awareness, self-understanding, because everything we need is within us. It's us. So we look out here, we look outside of ourselves as kids or as adults, looking for love, looking for self-acceptance, looking for connection and belonging and all of that, right? And it really is within us. Look for the source of us. Look for the inner connection within yourself. Look for the self-motivation, inner motivation. Look for the inner guidance. Look for the inner connection. Look for the inner love. Because what is happening outside of you is being, I don't want to say projected, but out of you from within. So if your child is feeling anxious, there is something inside of your child that is saying, this, no, like we need something, there's something not right here, or I need something. And they're not maybe looking inside of themselves, they're looking outside of themselves for it. So it's not just a quick fix, it's not. If you do the mindfulness apps and you do those meditations, they're great, do them. But it's like putting a Band-Aid on for right now, and it'll come off. Because I hear this from parents, and I read it also on Facebook and whatnot. Well, we've been doing the mindfulness activities. We've been using those apps. They're just not working, right? Because it is a process. And anytime you use something to just fix it, it'll work temporarily, including medication. It'll work temporarily, and then you're not getting into the process. And the process is simple. You just got to get into the process. So that's my little tip today, because honestly, it is simple. And honestly, I know because I have been doing this for so many years, and I know the shifts that have shown up for the children that I've worked with. I know the shifts and changes that have shown up for me and the adults that I've shared my ideas, tools, and strategies and ways of living with. The intuitive energy sessions, I don't really know what to call them yet, but it is a new session, a new service that I just started. It just began. It just kind of grew. It just happened. People started asking me for energy healing, and okay. So I would just I would get on the phone with them and begin. And I don't want to say it's healing, but it is, because it also helps to move through those stages, those things that are stopping us from moving into the process of life with ease. And I can very simply and quickly and easily add this into what I'm already doing with my clients. But I can also do just this process. And it may sound confusing, but really, when I work on inner empowerment, living from within, the intuitive energy sessions is it's a process of cleaning out and a process of awareness. And I'm explaining to you what I'm receiving intuitively and energetically, and you are doing the process as I'm explaining it to you. It's just part of what I do. And so as I have and that's very empowering, because it shifts your life into a new, into the true you, and to following and listening to that. It takes away all of the things that have been holding you back. And so, truth be known, that is part of what I was already doing. That is what I was already doing. This is just another process that has just come to me through meditation and just started happening. So it's big, and it's good, and it works. And you can learn. So anything that I'm doing with you, you take on and do it yourself. So it's not just meditation. It's not just mindfulness. It's intuitive transformation. So it's intuitive transformation sessions. That's what it is. Intuitive energy transformation. Yeah, and really these empowerment sessions um, are incredibly powerful because you will leave these sessions already having a big shift in your life, but also having, I guess you can call them tools, but having the know-how to continue moving forward in your life, in a life that is empowered and fulfilling and joyful, mm-hmm, and full of awareness. You will be really much more aware of your inner being and all parts of you. Now, is this for your children too? Absolutely, most certainly. Yeah, it'll work for all of us because our children are not less than, they are not people who need to be filled up with knowledge. It's already in there, and they are so much more connected to the flow. That's what I like to call the flow of life. That it's that thing that beats our hearts, right? Because they haven't grown up yet into the place of like incredible conditioning, so they don't have to take off all those layers, right? I mean, they are beginning the conditioning, but it's much quicker to move them through those layers that are not as thick and not as many, and they can just so quickly get right back into that centered state of being and do all of the processes that I intuitively channel and share with you, and learn the meditations to use on their own and the tools to use on their own. It's a beautiful experience, and I'm just incredibly excited to share it with you. And look me up. Check me out on achildslight.live. That's achildslight.live. Or you can email me, and I would be happy to connect with you. Let's go. Let's start so that you can live your life from an empowered state of being. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. Talk to you soon.